Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. A huge part of my story is that I was targeted, and I am targeted for many reasons. One of the main reasons is that there's LGBT people, whites and Jews, trying to pretend they're superior. And they have various ways that they historically do that, right? The hypergamy, the eugenics, the pagan system, where, a lot of these people look like the statues of Eros and Psyche in the paintings, right? The old phrase, get the picture, you know. And Eros is rose scrambled, and the rose was a symbol of, secret pagan passion and behind the scenes rape by deception, right? Sexual control, behind the scenes, affairs, and behind the scenes sexual activity, what have you. And also sore, right? Eros is a sore loser. And so you see these kind of beta traits embodied by Eros, but it's not just people that look like him. It's anyone who comes into his spirit. It's basically everyone outside the divine order is in the spirit of Eros, whose consort is Psyche. And so you see Eros is made to look like, the archangel Michael is made to look like Eros. And you see Cupid, and you see, this one actor who played Romeo, and so on and so forth. And that's part of why they edit the way I look, because they're trying to make it seem like they're magically, better or something, and it's stupid. It's also why they changed my voice and my speech patterns. There's a bunch of scientists who studied it, and you can look it up. There's videos about it on YouTube. They studied the speech patterns of gays and their facial features, what have you, and they did studies on lots of people, and they decided that, if they change things a certain way, that people seem more gay, and that the idea is to try to make it so white Jews and LGBT people will look superior when all is said and done. So I have to constantly remind the viewer that I'm not gay, not just because they might, not watch the whole series or might not watch enough videos of mine, but because they're doing mass mind control to get people to think of things more like a gay person thinks of things. And that's a long, complex issue. If I have time to go over it, I'm being fumed heavy right now, but I'll go over it later if I have time. I'll put more pictures. I'll go over the Tears of the Sun and the Romeo Must Die videos some more. I've made videos about them before when I want them in my story. That's a huge part of it. Connecting it to the statue of the man Obi, which is not the ideal man. Neither any of the forms you see presented of Horus that you commonly see. The ideal man is actually me naturally, and that's part of why they covered up the way I look. Think about the Vertuvian man, the Da Vinci Code, right? What have you. And their conceptions of mind, body, soul is basically like a geek, like Einstein or some Tesla, some shorter guy. They also have their Apollo version, some tall English scientist or something, teacher. They work the angles there with the various types in their family to try to seem superior. And again, in this video, I'm not saying that to bash their families or something, I'm saying because it's the truth. But of course, everyone who doesn't obey God through me is going to go to hell, and no one should reproduce after my flesh dies. And you get judged according to your deeds, how much you suffer for eternity. That is the nature of God. That's the nature of the patterns of justice that we see, what have you.